Well, Kevin, congratulations. A great win over Oldham. Give me your thoughts on that one.
Yeah, first and foremost, delighted with the result and the points. Because it was important we responded from Tuesday night, even though I felt we played well first half, but disappointing 45 minutes. So it's important that showed belief in the players to go put it right. We said, and they done that, and delighted with the win, of course.
Yeah, great. Obviously, started really on the front foot, and then after 11 minutes, Keenan in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Leon and Nor combined brilliantly on that side, and we said to Keenan about our eights midfielders getting in the box, which was important, and he's jumped ever so high to thing, and I think it's his second header for us as well. So delighted because I thought he was excellent today.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Leon there as well. He just seemed to thrive on running at that Oldham defence today.
Yeah, we spoke about getting him on the ball in certain areas of the pitch and him being really direct and positive, and you can see what he does and what he brings to the team. And I think for that first period when we got him 1v1 and we can go past people, it was important he'd done that. And we could have been another one up, maybe, possibly a couple when we were in control of the game. So 1-0 was always tight, but overall really pleased.
You mentioned control there. You seem really assertive both on the ball and off the ball. How pleased were you with that aspect of the game today?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, we knew it was going to be a really intense battle. I think physicality is a big part of their game, and you've got to stand up to that. And they're going to put balls in your box, which you've got to defend well. And I don't think they really opened us up too many times. We would have liked to got another one, but there's two good teams going at it, and I thought we were good on the ball first half, at the right moments. Second half's a bit different because they're putting it on you, and you've got to stand up to that. It would have been nice to go get a second, but it wasn't to be. But it was important we kept a clean sheet.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Nick Hayes didn't feel like he had a save to make. I mean, they only had one shot on target, I think, by our count or so.
Yeah, I'm not sure the full, but it felt like that. It felt like they didn't have a clear-cut one. And listen, even the other night, Boston only had 3 shots and scored 3 goals. So we don't give up loads. But it was important we came away with a clean sheet, and a victory. And, the second half, they're putting balls in the box and set pieces, and it happens. They're going to go into their front men. But really pleased with how we dealt with it, and could have possibly got another one.
Yeah, of course, we knew that there was going to be a big atmosphere today. But 8,000 people there. How did that play its part today? Yeah,
hugely, especially near the end. Especially the North Bank there as well, and that's pretty new to me to hear it that way as well. But they helped get the lads over the line with their energy, and because there was a few tired bodies there, and Keenan worked so hard, but he played 90 the other night. Mortz as well played a lot of minutes, but we're not getting weaker when you bring in Cav and Ollie Coker on, Jack Bridge on, so that was important, and Ralphie as well, of course. And unfortunately we couldn't get walks on, but it shows the strength in depth. Well, not hugely depth, but the people playing their part, and it was important that we use them as well.
You mentioned strength, but there obviously a time where you had a couple of players injured out as well. So having that strength, depth as well, as you say, with the limitation of the injury, is a great value asset to have.
Yeah, listen, I think we had everyone fit today that was involved, so we're not fully there. Charlie Kendall's got a bit of a quad issue. James Golding's got a problem with his groin. Adam Crowther's only done 1 training session. Ralphie had to pass a fitness test to be involved today. So, we are bare bones to an extent, but we feel it's good quality, which is important.
So this evening then, obviously I know it's game at a time, but you're 1 point off Gateshead in 7th place, and 4 points off for Halifax, I think, as well, with 6 games to go. How do you feel about the position you're in the table right now?
Yeah, pleased. As I said before, 3 months ago, we were quite away from this, but we've got the squad nearly where we want it. But it's important we stay level-headed. I think, we lost the other night, and the reaction can be so up and down, and so extreme. It doesn't need to be. We've got to stay controlled. And I've got to look at the performance. And when you do that and you don't overreact to stuff, I think it's important you control what you can control, and we showed the belief in the players. And, we won't get too carried away with a performance tonight, and 3 points like we won't with a loss. And I think that's important.